It's the second film venture in a week. Today is Despicable Me 2. Yeah, what's there to say about this film? Or preview it? I guess the best thing to go into is the first film. Makes sense, doesn't it? Despicable Me. I like it, I just don't really love it. I mean, a lot of people love this film, and real obviously the reason why it's getting a sequel is that, people really love this film. I remember when it came out, people were like, oh, you have to go see this movie because, it's good. I mean, it's a great animated film. I was like, okay, I'll check it out, and I did. I liked it, but I wasn't in love with it. It's very cute. That's a good way to put it. And it's very cartoony. And you can just tell by just watching the trailers and seeing the antics of the minions that it's just very cartoony. I don't think it's anything monumental. I don't think it's kind of a homage or playing to other genres, like say like a spy genre or this super villain genre. I don't think it's really a genre, but kind of the James Bond villains. I don't think it does that per se. I don't think it gives you that kind of a different look on that. It plays with some of the stuff they do, but it didn't feel that way. That it was like something like The Incredibles. That was a movie that I got it compared with, and it's like I didn't see it like that. I just see it to be this really cute film, and yeah, I mean it's not bad. I mean I don't hate it. I just like it. Anyways, so here we are. We're at Despicable Me 2. Actually, for a little bit there, I didn't know if it was coming out or not. Like, at least it wasn't making the release date because of Al Pacino dropping out of the project like a couple months before it came out. It's like, huh. Yeah, I found it weird too. Like, they didn't record his lines yet? That's weird. But yeah, I was a little concerned there for a while. I was surprised they made the July 3rd release date. Okay. So yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot out of this film. I guess I'm expecting the same thing for Despicable Me 2. Who knows? It could be better than the first one. I don't know how. I mean, I can't see. There's nothing that I've seen on this movie where it would be better than the first movie. It just looks like it's going to be the same thing, except we're going to add the love interest character for Gru. And yeah, I mean, I guess you're going to have more stuff from the minions. Actually, when the first trailer came out, I thought this movie should be centered around the minions, or at least the plot, not really the movie itself, because you're gonna have Gru, and you could probably have the kids. But I thought like the plot was to be dealing with the minions, like someone was abducting the minions for some unknown reason. But seeing the second trailer, it doesn't look that way. It just looks like it's playing to this villain that Gru has to join the apparently the good agency, and yeah, that's what it's saying. So that first teaser is kind of confusing. So I think it's misleading. So yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot of this movie. I don't know. I can't see it being better than the first film, or I can't see it exceeding the first film. I think it'd be just as good. But we'll see. Okay, so yeah, I think that's initially everything I need to, I'm expecting from a Despicable Me 2. So here we go. I'm off to the movies. Okay, I just got back from Despicable Me 2. And you know what? It turned out the way I thought it was going to be. It's cute. And I liked it. It didn't really bug me that much. Well, granted, the first one didn't really bother me. I'm just not in love with it like so many other people are. I want to clarify with that. But yeah, I like Despicable Me 2. I really enjoyed it. But the thing I'm having an issue with is that there are some points in the movie where I think it's better than the first one, but there are other things about it that make the first one a little better. Namely the story. The story in this film, I think it's good because it's grounded, but the problem is that it does have, it has a subplot in it with, I just looked up her name. It's Edith, Agnes, and Margot. Yeah, they have Miranda Crossgrave's character, Margot. She has like the subplot of finding love, finding starting to talk with boys. Gru doesn't like that, and that subplot's just very. I think it's very underplayed. It's just kind of it's there, but it doesn't really go anywhere. And then, but it's over by when you get to the last act, and I just feel like it's a bit unnecessary. Some other issues I had with the story is that I thought they were going to go in a different direction with it. I really thought they were going to be clever with the villain, because I know when they showcased the villain like several times on the internet. There was the whole Al Pacino thing, so we had to change his name. He's like, Benjamin Bratt would be the villain, and it looked at one point it wasn't going to be him. I mean, where it looked obvious, and I thought maybe it won't be him. Maybe it will be somebody else entirely. And it doesn't really turn out that way. It turns out the way it's advertised, and I thought, that would have been really great. They would really just went a different direction with it. Really would have thrown people off. I think it would have been good. But actually, I was wrong about a few things. I remember when I pointed out that with the first trailer, where it's like all the minions getting captured, I thought that didn't really have anything else with the other trailers, the advertisement I've seen. I thought okay, so it's just a promotional video. But actually, it popped up in the movie. It's actually there. It's like, oh, so it all does connect. Okay, I was wrong. Oh, what else is there? Okay, I'll get one out of the way. Animation's great. It's colorful. It's what you expect from the studio, what they did for the first one, so expect that. Humor, very family friendly. Actually, it was funny because when the movie started, I thought the humor was a little forced. But then we get a little more into the movie. It gets really funny. It gets comical. It's cartoony. That's a good way to put it. And, I think with Despicable Me, I thought that was a bit of an issue because I thought a lot of the humor was forced for the most part. But, it was funny. I just thought it was kind of some things were like unnecessary, like all the minion antics. I just thought it was kind of, it's like, really, do we need to push that envelope? And I was worried about that with Despicable Me too, but I thought they either toned it down or knew where to put the right jokes in. Yeah, I think it's definitely family-friendly humor. I think there are a few things for adults. It's not really obvious, but there are some subtleties in the humor where you can find you as an adult will probably laugh at. So yeah, I think it is good humor for families. All right. So what else is there? I kind of feel it's a little annoying that the girls don't really have any direction in this movie. So Margot has her little subplot, but that doesn't really go anywhere. And so does Agnes. Agnes also has a little subplot about winning a mom, and I think it does work with the overall plot. But I don't know. I just feel like for her character, it didn't go far. Edith's kind of dressed up as a ninja through most of the movie. I found it to be hilarious. The point being about the girls is that even though they don't have, defined characters in this movie, they're still adorable. Especially Agnes. Agnes is just the cutest thing ever. So yeah. The minions are the minions, and I love Kristen Wiig in this film. She plays her average character. She's usually great at the whole, completely crazy girls. It's usually where her comedy is pinpointed as a character, but I love her in this movie. She's a very lovable character, and there's Steve Carell doing a great job as Gru. But yeah, I think the cast is pretty solid. It's enlightening. There are a bunch of fun characters. There's not a whole lot of development when it comes to most of these characters, like well, except for Gru, and Gru is expected. But actually, I didn't know Ken Jeong was in this movie, and if anyone knows me, I hate that guy. I hate him ever since The Hangover. I despise this guy, and this was the first time that he was really subtle. Granted, he doesn't have a huge part in this movie, but his character was just so subtle. I was so surprised about that. It's like, see, look, he can actually be different characters. He doesn't have to be the same character in everything he's in. That took me by surprise. As I said, he's not in the movie a whole lot, so it's not like it plays a big deal in the movie. I don't know why he's there. Oh well. But yeah, there's that. So, yeah, Despicable Me 2 is pretty. It's colorful. It's a fun time. You know, it's great for families. There were a lot of people there. I don't know. An 11 o'clock showing. I guess I was a bit expected, but I'm just. It's doing really great in the box office. It showed. It showed today. But yeah, it's Despicable Me 2. It's a good time for families. I think it is, and so yeah. Anything else to talk about? I think I'll jump into a few of the trailers that I saw and just. You know, of all the movies I saw attached with this, I don't know why R.I.P.D. was there. Granted, it was a promotional trailer. It wasn't like a full-length one. It was like about a minute, but still, they really are pushing this movie. I don't know why. Alright. It's like, what, do you want me to go see it? Because I'm pretty sure I'm seeing Red that week. Red 2, sorry. But, oh my god, this is the first time I saw Freebirds attached to a movie. Oh god. Granted, all the families and the kids were laughing because a bunch of turkeys doing funny, stupid things. And it's like, oh god. For those of you who don't know, it basically is all you need to know about Freebirds. Time-traveling turkeys. Yeah. Let that sink in. Okay, what else did I see? You know, I feel like most of the no, it wasn't that most of the trailers that I saw were ones that I've expected. There were some ones that were a little different. It was like a Lone Ranger. It was a lot of different trailers, and I can't remember all of them at the moment. All I remember was Freebirds and R.I.P.D. I know I got another one. Hell. Alright, well, in any case, I'll try to remember them and for something cinematic. But yeah, Despicable Me 2, it's a fun time. It really is. I can't say, I'm having a hard time where I would rate this. I liked it, but I haven't given it a grading yet. I will figure that out in a little bit. But I liked it. It's a great family movie. It's a fun time. You know, it's about, I think, I didn't catch the runtime, but I think it's close to about either 90 minutes or 100 minutes. But still, a great family movie. It is enjoyable. If you love the first movie, you'll probably love this one. Yeah, I really think it was a fun time. And there's points with this movie where I liked it more than the first one, but I think it's the details that are lacking, and which makes the first one still superior. So yeah, nevertheless, Despicable Me 2, it's a good movie. So yeah, that is going to do it for this film venture. I will have more on Despicable Me 2 on something cinematic, and I forgot to mention this in the last film venture. I will have a something cinematic on The Lone Ranger. So there will be more on that, and that will be coming up. Well, we recorded this weekend, should be up by next week. So yeah, getting to something cinematics next week. Yeah, would have expected it. But yeah, Despicable Me 2, I can't stress this enough, it's a good family film. And next time, it's going to be Pacific Rim. Thanks for watching.